And hello. We are back with part two. Without reading our lips. So all I had to do was just change a setting that was changed for some reason in the OBS.
Give us a thumbs up if you guys can hear us.
Oh, they can hear us. See?
Okay.
So, I want to thank you guys for being here and being so patient with us as we figured this out. And it was truly amazing to be able to, do that and have this experience before our actual live at 5 p.m. today with somebody that is an amazing author, teacher, speaker, and holistic practitioner that utilizes his gifts and tools to empower others on their journey. And his name is Hillis Pugh. And it's going to be an amazing show tonight. So please tune in at 5 p.m. Pacific time.
And bring your friends.
And bring your friends, yes. It's going to be truly amazing. But before we go any further with that as well, we have another show tomorrow, the Psychic Game Show, and that's going to be on
Jay and April's channel. We'll throw the link out as soon as we get it. We don't have it yet. I don't know if it's going to be on Spiritually Raw or they have another channel too. So yeah. I'm not sure which one we're going to be on.
Yeah, I'm not sure, but they're going to be hosting it this time. And there was something that I bought that I wanted it to be here before the Psychic Game Show, so it can be an actual Psychic Game Show, but it's not going to be here until the day after, which
gives him a week to prepare it for, or 2 weeks, because we're doing it every other week, right?
Something like that.
So it gives him a little time to prepare it exactly perfect just for all of you.
And it's going to be really amazing.
Yes.
So that's tomorrow. And then on the 20th, we're going to be having Tara Crete.
Tara, if you're listening, we're sorry if we butchered your name. Crete?
Sweet?
Crete?
It's like the crepe. Crepe. At 1 p.m. Pacific Standard Time on the 20th. So look out for that as well. And it's just amazing to be able to, have this connection with you guys today and to actually have you guys hear our voice this time.
So, okay, before we get into our important message, let me just update you on what's been going on. Kid and I have, I guess we got to the point to where we were giving so much of our energy and not replenishing it, that we had burnout. And so we had to stop the sessions, and we were experimenting on, do we do group sessions? Do we do what? And we're still kind of looking to see if any of them are going to get crossed off the list, and nothing yet. But here is what we are going to check out and see if this works for us to be able to still give. And that is, we're going to do 2 different types of sessions. One is a 30-minute session, which we want you to invest in yourself in that. And the 20-minute session is for anyone and everyone. And so I'm going to get those set up and dialed in, and then I will put the links out. We miss you guys so much, so many of you, and I know that we've had a long waiting list, and so many of you want to, come receive, and we love you for that. We absolutely love you guys. All right, So that's the news going forward. And I will put out. I will put in the description of the sessions what action step needs to be taken, and we'll let you guys know too as soon as we have it all dialed in. All right, time for our message. Growing pains. Oh boy, growing pains. So it's funny how the team gets through to us and then confirms it with a TikTok. But, we're always transparent, right? Except for sometimes.
Except for sometimes.
And that sometimes is, we love y'all. Thanks for showing up for the live. We end the live. And then Kid goes, I'm going to my room. And I'm like, Kid. And he's like, nope. Don't even talk to me. Going to my room. And this went on for a little while. And so I tried to talk to him, and he just did not have ears to listen. I don't know why he was doing that or what he was going through that was causing that. But he started to not feel well. He started to not feel well, and we were wondering what was going on. Could it be this? Could it be that? Oh, la, la, la. And then last night, or yesterday in my meditation, the team told me that Kid has some things that he needs to change. Kid has some alignment and zero pointing that he has to do. And so I delivered the message, and it was well received. And then that night, I found a video. Are you going to play?
I'm going to see if I can get it up on the screen for everybody to be able to watch with us.
If he could play this video, this is going to be so great, because then you'll get it.
You will totally get it. Okay, so let's see if I can do this. Cancel, it's not that. Remove. Actually, I think it is. No, it's not. Gosh, dang it. So, just keep talking. Just keep talking.
Oh.
While I figure this out.
Okay. Well, let's see. Where are we going with this? I'm not the loquacious one. So now he puts pressure on me. Okay, Candy, just keep talking. Just like whatever comes to your mind. Blank. Let's see.
That it was the message that was given. It was about, getting us back on track.
Right. And then we began to tie this in with what's happening with other people on the path as well. And I don't want to mention names because it's not about that. Everyone has to come to this awareness themselves, and otherwise it's not well received. And so it's important to I'm a resting bitch face while I think. You haven't found it yet?
I'm trying to download it.
Okay. Let's see. Junked Out Justin said you can't get a bunch of sheep together and expect change. Sheep follow the herd.
Yep.
This is true. This is why it's really important for those that are in leadership positions to always stay aware and look for the signs that you have gotten off track. And this video will talk about. You still haven't found it? Well, I'm dying here.
Just stop. It's okay. It is okay.
Oh, good. You're finding it.
Yes.
Yay.
I believe this will allow everyone
To see it.
to see it.
Okay. Here we go. Oh, I'm saved.
Stop.
Your spirit guides are always communicating with you, and I made a video earlier telling you, like, hey, your spirit guides are always communicating with you. Half the time we don't fucking realize it because we have no idea what they're sending us, so start to build language with them, so then you know when they're communicating with you.
I can't seem. Okay, there we go.
Your spirit guides are always communicating with you, and I made a video earlier telling you, like, hey, your spirit guides are always communicating with you. Half the time we don't
You guys
fucking
see
realize it because we have no idea what they're sending us, so start to build language with them, so then you know when they're communicating with you. But my client yesterday totally blew my fucking mind. I was like, oh my god, this.
It's not moving. Of course it's not. So how? Oh.
Your spirit.
Oh, there it's moving now.
What?
Yeah, now it's moving.
Now it's moving?
Your spirit guides are always communicating with you, and
No,
I made a video
it's not.
earlier telling you, like, hey, your spirit guides are always communicating with you. Half the time we don't fucking realize it because we have no idea what they're sending us, so start to build language with them, so then you know when they're
But then you
communicating with you.
stop it.
But my
Yeah, because the only way to play it is through that. So I don't know. Can't. That really sucks. Okay, I have to figure this out.
It's all right. It's all right.
But listening
She,
to it.
she can't talk and move at the same time.
No, she can't. But they can listen to it.
All right, let's do a listen.
Yeah. So
She's
just
a little-
listen. Just listen to this message, you guys. It's pretty amazing.
Your spirit guides are always communicating with you, and I made a video earlier telling you, like, hey, your spirit guides are always communicating with you. Half the time we don't fucking realize it because we have no idea what they're sending us, so start to build language with them, so then you know when they're communicating with you. But my client yesterday totally blew my fucking mind, and I was like, oh my god, this is such a good question, and everybody just needs to know this. She's like, Season, I watched all your TikToks. You told me to do this. You told me to build a relationship with my guides, so I know when they're doing this. I obviously want confirmation when I'm on the right path. I obviously want confirmation that they should be doing something positive, whatever. She's like, but what do they do when they try and stop you from doing something? What do they do to try and say, like, hey, this is not made for you. This isn't okay. So I'm gonna give you a couple examples. So it could be as small as stubbing your fucking toe because you have a shit ass attitude. It could be you have a shitty ass attitude, you have a shitty mindset, so they make you literally stop at every fucking red light to try and change your fucking attitude. It can be small like that. Or it can be a little bit bigger. So if you have a shitty ass attitude and you've gotten all these little signs like stubbing your toe, running into fucking red lights, having fights with people, feeling shitty, and you're not listening, they can make you sick because then they want you to sit in your shit and they want you to change your fucking attitude. So then there's another example that, like, say you're just not supposed to be doing something. It's just not the right time. It's not what you're supposed to be doing. So this is a good example. So say you applied for this job and applied. Then you finally got an interview. And then on the way to the interview, you ran into every red light. And then when you finally got to the interview place, you couldn't find a parking spot. And then you finally found a parking spot. Then you go to the interview place and they move the interview. And then you go and you find the interview place. All of those big obstacles are your guides being like, hey, slow down. This isn't what you're supposed to be doing right now. Like, don't. Just trust. Like, just if there's more than a couple obstacles, you probably need to reevaluate and see if that's actually what you're supposed to be doing. Like, does it feel right? Are you forcing it? Because nothing should be forced. Nothing. Like, your guides will make it very fucking easy, because the other flip side of that, if it was meant to be, you'd apply, you get the call, you get an interview, you go, it's beautiful, you get a parking spot, you go in, you go an interview, and you get the fucking job. And it's the best thing. That is your guide saying this is exactly what you're supposed to be doing. But if there's multiple obstacles in your way, probably not supposed to be doing that. It shouldn't be fucking forced. You shouldn't force things. But like I said, it could start small and then get big. So here's an example of my wife. So she is an MMA fighter. She's a professional fighter. So she was not listening to her guides. And I was like, okay, babe, they're going to be doing something. They're going to do something to you. And I don't know what it is, but they're saying if you don't fucking listen, this is going to happen. She was in the middle of a fight. In the first round, she snapped her ulnar tendon. They snapped her ulnar tendon because she had to get surgery and she had to sit in her shit for 6 to 8 weeks because they're like, you're not fucking listening. Your mindset's shitty. You're not listening to us and you need to change these things. So they can do things like that. They don't want to hurt us. Never do they want to hurt us. But are we stubborn? Yes. Yes, we are. So our guides are like, okay, fucking hey, we're doing this. But yeah, wasn't that a great question? Have a good day.
All right. So she just put it up in a great way, a whole lump sum. Spoke a little fast, but you were able to catch the general message, right? I was telling Kid, I said, oh, you remember when we were on the phone with so-and-so and they stubbed their toe, not just once, but twice? And he's like, yeah, I remember that. And he goes, I did the exact same thing. I said, yeah, if you look back at your past, you can see how your guides are speaking through you. Like, what are you doing? Why are you doing that? You know, pow! Stop and listen and take a look at what's happening, where you're going, what is your motive for doing this? Is your motive correct? Is your motive full of love and light? And there are times when we have started off doing the right thing and then we get pulled. We have to remember that there's always the whispers. There's always the programs running in the behind the scenes in us, right? And if it caters to what we want, then it could be easy to lose track of where you should be going. And all of a sudden now you're being Pinocchio and you're moving off the track and into some danger. And when your mission is important, whose mission is not important? When your mission is important, do you think they're going to just let you get that far without having some trouble?
Well, there was a good question right here from Gladys on Facebook going, I'm getting headaches like stabbing pain in my head. Is that the same? It most definitely could be the same. It could be a message of your body saying it's time to slow down or it's time to just flip. Ask yourself, am I walking the path that is needed at this time? And see what your body does, because your body will tell you everything that you need to know. And as you guys can see, I am still going through the pains. And you guys know me. I'm fun, loving, easygoing, right? But I am one of the most stubbornest people that you'll ever meet.
Oh,
I'm a Scorpio, honey.
should I be Mickey? My son. Oh,
my son.
Oh.
My son. I really am one of the most stubbornest people you will ever meet in your lifetime. And you think a Taurus is stubborn? No, I'm sorry. Not as stubborn as I can be. And I just didn't want to listen. And okay. 3 months later, I'm still going through this cough. But Candy just had some insight today going, Kid is finally on the path to healing because of that
shift,
of that message that we just presented with you today that caused me to have a insight of what I've been doing. Mm-hmm. You stubborn little Scorpio.
We love you, Kid. So we are also seeing this with many, many others. And it can be easy to lose your way. It can be easy to get off track and find yourself off the mission or askew of the mission, or or you're partly half in and half out, and you got to be all in. You got to be all in, family. How about if you were just half a mother? And you decide to feed your child just once a week or once in a while. That you got to be all in. It doesn't matter if it's caring for your child or walking your mission or caring for yourself. Try stop breathing. Except for once in a while. You got to be all in.
It's all about the mission.
Yeah. So.
And a lot of us are losing sight of that mission. A lot of us. Not just, everyone in the world, but I'm talking about people like myself. I can most definitely say I was starting to lose sight of the mission. And I'm bringing it back to me because I know if I'm going through that, a lot of others are going through that. And that's just how it is. At this moment, we are being deterred away from our mission because of these programs, because of these thoughts, because of the reptilian brain that we have. Remember, the reptilian brain is right here at the bottom, right where that dip is. That's where the reptilian brain is. And that's where all the programs are. That's where the whispers comes in. That's our reptilian realm that comes in to deter us away from what we need to do with the 3 parts of our brain to be able to get us back into the love, the connection, the joy, the creation that we need to be making at this time to make the world a place where it's perfect.
So another thing is that any one of us can find ourselves on this deterred path and take a while to figure it out. And even though Kid and I figured it out, there may come another time when we'll have to figure it out again. Because sometimes as we go through life, we may not first understand what's happening. Now, let's bring up our Wednesday night guest that has been with us for a couple years, Jason. Okay. And then he got busy and he wasn't there. And Kid and I are like, oh wow, what do we do? And it kind of threw us for a loop. And part of that was not recognizing the shift as it was, and whether or not it was a temporary or permanent, and we still don't know. And not taking the bull by the horns and saying, okay, we're just going to plow forward and move forward with this. So nothing, just so that you all know, everything is fine between Jason and us. Nothing happened. He got busy. And we started to get busy with Truth Tour. Truth Tour.
TT. It's the TT.
As well. And, yeah. What is that? A YT trigger word, right? So, but we're now balancing out and getting our bearings back. And so you guys have seen us move through many different lessons, and we've come to you and we've talked about it because sharing is caring.
And that's what family does, is that we rely upon each other, because you guys have insights that we aren't even privy of at the moment, because we're going through our own thing. So we bring it up, we let you guys know what's going on, and you guys give us good insight, and then we apply some of those insights, and wada bing, wada bang, wada boom, and here we go. And then we show you guys how we did it.
So let me remind you why Kid and I are transparent with you guys. can you, because you can tell when someone's lying to you. You can tell when they're struggling with different things in their life, whether it's ego or desires or just selfishness. You can tell, right? We're no different. You can see us. You can see right through us. Why hide it? If people can see anyways, just talk about it. Get it out of yourself and on the table. So, because secrets kill, right?
Secrets kill.
Yeah.
I've been watching a series on Hulu called Scandal, and it's all about secrets. And they kill. Literally. It's crazy how when you hold secrets, it doesn't just kill you physically, but mentally and spiritually. It affects all three realms that we have in our body, our physical, our mental, and our spiritual aspects of ourselves. And when we hold these secrets within, it just destroys everything that we used to know. So,
No. So, I said nothing about lying. No, Jason is fine. We have no idea what's going on in his life, and should we? We don't own him. He's not my husband. He's
you don't own me.
right. I mean, he has a right to his, how do they say it? Privacy.
Yeah, privacy.
Right? He has a right to his privacy. And so don't misconstrue my words and don't read between the lines. I'm saying it as it is. It's okay that he gets busy. It's okay that he's decided a different path. It is what it is. But that forces us to look at, remember, I'm going to pull you back to what I said, finding our bearings again. Now, what does this mean? If the teams, his teams and our teams, caused this change that's happening, right? Exactly, Shirley. Then where should our focus be? And what is the important thing right now? So what we're getting... So, you don't need to talk like that about our friend on the air. That's not nice. Boy, that just threw me off.
So we just need to come back to what is the most important. And what is the most important? The mission. And if somebody's called to do something else, that's what they're called to do. And that's what they need to be focusing upon at this moment, because they're reaching a whole different ball game, while High Vibes Up is reaching a whole different other ball game. You can't have two ball games playing in the same field. They have to have their own fields.
Well, that's a really good
And
visualization.
Jason, Lewis, and everyone else that he's playing with is on a whole different team at this moment, which is still bringing truth. Still bringing truth of what is happening in this world. And Candy and I aren't about that truth, the world truth. We're about self-truth at this moment. And that is what our calling is to bring to, like what our live says, calling all light warriors to arms. We are here to build up the light warriors, while he is there to waken up more people. And as they're waking up more people, guess who they find? High Vibes Up, the family that is going to be helping to train them to get back into the family, the love, the connection, whatever that is truly needed at this time, to love thyself first, to love others. Because when you are first, everybody else in your experience is also first.
So it doesn't mean that he won't be a guest on our team again,
Exactly.
right? So, but we will see how that plays out as time goes on. In the meantime, you guys are our focus. And anyone else who is looking to have some peace and some joy in their life and in their family's life. There is so much disruption going on right now that we need things like this gathering, and it needs to get bigger. We all need to come together. We need this gathering where we love each other, where we're family, where we're sifting out the messages that we're getting and understanding them. And boy, have I got these visions I'm being given is so incredible, like the one I had this morning. And these visions are building on each other, and they started, about a week ago? 2 weeks ago? I don't know.
They started when we began the hot bay session, so yeah. Honey, I don't remember.
So, I use many tools of the trade and don't rely on just one, but many different tools. There's the physical tools, which are like herbs and technology, and then there's the spiritual tools, which is meditation and herbs, like the hape. And then I was just talking to Kid. We used to debrief all the time. And so now we're going to start that again. And what is debriefing? When we get off the show, how do you think that went? What points came up for you? What would you change for next time? And this is an important part of what we should be doing so that we
used to do, but then I started being deterred away from the mission and started going into the self-centered reasons of, it should only be me, I'm focusing upon me type shit. And it just, I'm throwing myself under the bus because transparency, secrets kill, right? So I'm letting you guys know. Yes, I suffer from that shit too. So if you guys think that you guys are the only ones, well, screw you. I'm on that bus. Whether you like it or not, I'm on that self-centered bus too, every now and then. So.
Beep, beep. You see the little bus with all the little people looking out. Hey!
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 Me and my screaming ass. So yes, even the ones that are way up there, even the ones that we see that are like really far down the path, can also be deterred away from their own mission. But loving yourself through that moment and being okay with the outcome, being okay with yourself, and then being okay with listening to the messages that are coming in from family, friends, family, and everyone else.
Chickadee says, don't be a window licker.
I've always been a window licker, honey.
Beep,
You
beep.
can't stop me from that. My nickname when I was a child, when this body was a child, was 40 Fingers.
Oh, yeah.
Go to the store, poof, touching everything. So, just know, you guys are not alone, and we all get deterred away from our message, but never deter away from that self-love that you need for yourself, and never beat yourself up for it. Like, I'm not beating myself up for it. I'm just acknowledging that there was, I was causing a problem with the mission. Now that I am consciously aware that I was subconscious or unconsciously doing that, things are now going to be changing. So Yeah, I'm on the road to healing now.
Yeah, we took it as a joke, Shirley. Little Chickadee's fine. Thank you for that.
Wait, what? Wow.
She was her comment, "Kid, don't be a window licker." But then Shirley realized it was just a joke.
Yeah, it was
She
just.
yeah. We love you, Shirley.
Literally, if the windows weren't so dirty on those buses, literally, I would be a window licker just to make people laugh.
Okay, so I believe we got the
main
importance,
message.
yeah, of the message out. But so, you know, you guys are our family. So if you see things happening, if you see something that is of concern,
yeah, let us know, kid. You're going off the rails again.
but
Let me know. I'm not going to take it personal. I'll be like, am I?
yeah, well,
I don't know.
okay, so there's a fine line. Make sure that you sit with it before you mention it to someone, because it needs to be done in love, it needs to be done in light, and it needs to be done if you feel called to do it, not because you see it and it needs to be corrected type of thing. So we have to be very careful of how we do that with people. Okay, is that about it? Oh, and so just to remind you, tonight, Hills Pew is at 5 p.m., our usual Wacky Wednesday. And if you are interested in Lemurian light healing, he's going to bring that.
Let me see.
He's also offered to do some work with the audience, so that's exciting. Bring your questions. What else does he say? Can I see?
Mm-hmm.
Let's see. He wants to help you see beyond the physical realm, just like what Kid and I do too. He's a psychic medium, and he also does Reiki. And we had a conversation with him last night. This is why we're going to have him on the show tomorrow. He's so beautiful, got beautiful energy. So let your friends know. Bring your friends, bring your family, bring your neighbors.
He's done many ayahuasca experiences and has experienced great things from those ayahuascas, and I'm gonna go to one in July. That's gonna be
Yeah.
nice. But
So we're curious about it.
through those ayahuasca experiences, he also helps to clear the energy space of those spaces as well when they are done. So he's not a facilitator, but he's more of a helper of those ayahuasca experiences, so he can also talk about that as well, and that's really interesting. But it's amazing with the type of connections we are now gaining through all of these healing experiences that we're all going through together, and it's truly amazing.
Yes, Michael. Tomorrow we're having the psychic game show with Jay and April, but it's going to be on their channel. They invited us to their channel. We're so excited.
Their channel.
Yeah. Okay, so let me follow it up with this. You've heard the saying that if someone talks about other people to you, you know they're talking about you to other people. And yes, we hear things. Yes, we see things. Yes, our team tells us things. But that doesn't mean that we're going to talk about people. This is a safe place. And Kid and I communicate about the things that we're shown, the things that we see, but as a way of understanding what our choices and our path needs to be. So I want you to come with the same beautiful spirit. We don't use our platform to bash anyone or to bring them down.
Jelly Bean and Camel Toe and all of those, yes, of course we'll bash them. But when it comes to family and everyone that is here for the greater good, for the greatest amazing outcome that we can have for ourselves, we do not bash family.
Think about it. You've seen us go through our shit, right? And how painful would it be if you took that awareness and bashed us on other shows? So, everyone is going through their stuff, and we need to offer grace and love and patience while they catch on. Okay, so
I remember the very beginning of us doing these lives that I would get bashed every day. Every time we went live, which was like almost every day, how my laugh was annoying. How I need to calm the frick down because I'm like so hyper and so loud and all that type of stuff. And it's just what no one knew, even what I didn't even know myself, that I was using that personality, that persona, as a form of hiding because of everything that I've been through. I didn't even know that I was using it as hiding. So we have to take that into consideration as well. Why are people the way that they are? Are they using that in a form of running away? Are they using that in a form of hiding? Are they using that in a form of calling out for help? Some people don't know how to ask for help. A lot of us don't know how to ask for help because we've been told, you ask for help, you look weak. You look weak, you get taken advantage of. You take advantage of, people are just going to walk all over you. So we have to take that into consideration. Why are people doing what they're doing? And then ask yourself, what can I do to be able to help this other person? So just keep that in mind as well. Us being the light warriors that we are, us being the love warriors that we are, we need to take into consideration that everybody is hurting in one way or another.
And our friends and the other people on their missions, they're not excluded from any of this. They're figuring it out as they go. And sometimes it takes a bit.
Also, being farther up the path than most, being farther up the path, being on a different frequency, a different vibration than most, don't lower your standards. But tell yourself, tell your guides, I am ready to open up the doors for those that need to come into my experience, are on the same wavelength, same frequency, same vibration as I am. See what that does for you. And then you'll be surprised with what type of people are going to be connected into your experience.
All right, so did we get everything?
I think so. So we have 2 hours and 44 minutes before our live.
With
44?
Hillis?
4,
Yeah,
5?
that's gonna be a fun live.
I'm so bad with math.
All right, guys. Thank you again for showing up and listening to us with this really important message.
And being the light warriors that you are, that's important. That is very important. Because you guys, without you, we would not have gotten to where we're at today. Just know that. And you guys have not gotten to where you guys are at today without each other. Without this whole High Vibes Up family, all of us would not have gotten to where we're at today. Just know that you guys are needed. You guys are wanted. You guys are heard. Everything is perfect the way that it is. You guys are perfect. There is nothing in this world that should or could or would ever tear you down without your permission. Remember, everything needs your permission to tear you down. And if you give it permission, it's able to do what it needs to do. So if you take away that permission, it won't harm you.
And see you tonight.
Yeah.
Love y'all.
Love you guys. Talk to you guys soon.
Probably not going to want to hear this, but I'm going to say it anyway. Always go with the choice that scares you the most. Because it's the choice that's going to help you grow.
Wow.
I can't do negative today. Positive vibes.
Hey, best friend. Wait. To the person seeing this, I know you're tired. I know you're fed up and so close to breaking. But remember, you have strength within you even when you feel weak. Keep fighting, best friend.
And we love you, and we will see you guys tonight at 5 p.m. with, what's his name? Hills Pugh. So be sure to tune in at 5 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, and we will see you guys then. Love you guys.